Hi, I'm Wednesday. Welcome to my Twin Flame TV and Tarot channel. In my last video, I spoke to you about the global purpose of the Twin Flame connection, and I started to tell you about the individual purpose. Now, because it's a lot to take in, Spirit actually advised me to do that video in two parts. So today I'm gonna tackle the second part, where I tell you more about the individual purpose of the twin flame connection. Now, for each of us, this purpose is a different one, because we're all sent here in a different life and soul purpose. We're all sent here with a different karmic makeup. Yeah, we've all had different past lives. We've all had a different generic lineage. So the programming we've received is very individual. However, even though that is the case, there are certain dynamics within the twin flame connection that follow a certain pattern. One of them is the runner-chaser paradox. Now, this is a situation where one twin is the so-called runner, the one that is fearful of the connection and keeps distancing themselves as a result of those fears. And then there's the chaser twin. Now, the chaser is always the one that is trying to get the other twin to awaken and accept the connection. Now, I've found through observation and a lot of research within my work that a lot of chasers end up very frustrated, because the more they go towards their runner, the more their runner runs. So I always try and tell twins not to feed into that dynamic, because it can cause an endless emotional merry-go-round that's very, very difficult to get off. So I always try and tell twins that are faced with a runner not to chase and to actually stay still and be patient, because that runner will always be drawn back in at some point. It saves you as a chaser a lot of heartache and frustration, because, as I said, the more you chase, the more your runner runs, and the more you're left in an energy of need and desperation, which is attached to a fearful negative mindset, and that can really obstruct the flow of your twin flame connection. But the purpose of this is actually to it's a lesson within itself for both twins, because the runner learns that their behavior is no longer being accommodated, and the chaser learns that actually staying still and being patient and doing nothing is far more effective in trying to move forward. Another individual purpose of the twin flame journey is to put you into your life purpose as a human being. Now, we all have fundamental questions about this. Not all of us are sure what that purpose could be or is. Some of us try to follow our talents and our passions. Yeah. Others try different things until they find the right thing for them. And others look for their soul purpose by other means: meditation, spiritual guidance, spiritual life coaches. You know, there are different avenues in pursuing your own soul purpose. What I personally have found very helpful is learning about astrology, because even the ancients knew that the planets govern not only the energy of our planet, but also our own. So keeping an eye on what's going on in the sky can actually help you navigate within your own connection. Another thing that can be very helpful is having a look at your astrological birth chart and particularly the placement of your North Node. Because your North Node is actually the placement that defines what your soul and life purpose as an individual on this earth is. Now, in my case, my North Node is in Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is an energy like the death card of the tarot that is all about metamorphosis and transformation. It's about death and rebirth over and over. It's about going from one state of being into another. If you take a look at the death card, it actually often depicts a butterfly somewhere to symbolize metamorphosis. Now, in terms of my soul and life purpose, because my North Node is in Scorpio, I had a very good indication that whatever I choose to do with my life is best done considering that my life purpose is helping other humans transform. So I'm actually purposely here to assist other people in their transformations, in their deaths and rebirths, in taking them from one mindset into another, one state of emotion into another, one way of life into another. So I had a very good indication by looking at my North Node that whatever my soul purpose is, has to do with assisting transformation. So when I decided to change my career, because my career aspirations weren't serving what I was starting to see around me, I knew that I have to start looking into the avenues of helping other people change. Now, one of the ways of doing this, for me personally, was pursuing my spiritual path. Because I strongly believe that when you've opened yourself up to this and you've stepped into your true power, you are far better able to assist people in not only finding their truth, but speaking it and living it. My twin, for example, has his North Node in an earth energy, which tells me that his soul and life purpose is to assist people in joining the spiritual aspects of life with the physical, the material in life. So whatever he chooses to do with his life will always be more successful if he takes a look at how he can assist humans in grounding themselves, acquiring security, wealth, and all of these physical aspects of our world without losing sight of our intuition and the spiritual aspect of our being. Whether he chooses to do this or not is down to free will. The same as it is in my case. Your North Node does not say that you have to choose to follow that purpose. We all have free will. We can all choose to follow our purpose in life or not. But I myself personally has found that since I've been doing this, I'm a lot more balanced and settled within myself, and a lot of fears I had about the future have diminished. So, taking a look at your own issues and resolving them and liberating yourself spiritually as well as emotionally from old baggage gives you a whole new perspective about where you want your whole life and even your career to go, So one of the individual purposes of the twin flame journey is to put us all in lines of work that assist humanity in whatever purpose we were placed here to fulfill. So, but that is a case of exploration that comes when you open yourself up to discovering yourself, your true self. These are all things that crystallize in the course of a journey. So don't automatically be frustrated if you haven't found your soul purpose yet, or if you haven't made a decision on that, because you don't have to. You have your whole lifetime to step into your soul purpose. Yeah, it's not, some of us don't even know what that is. Some of us try a load of different jobs until they find the right one that they take to like a duck to water. Some of us look at our placements. Some of us follow our talents and our passions. So there are different ways of discovering what your soul and life purpose is. And the only thing I can tell you as a human being is do what brings you joy and makes you happy. Yeah. Because you will find that this inspires others to do the same. I think the most important thing that the twin flame journey has to offer is growth, personal, spiritual, and emotional growth. And embracing this and being open to it opens up a variety of whole new possibilities in all areas of your life. So the only thing I can advise you, if you're looking for your soul purpose or you're not exactly sure what that is do what brings you joy. Do what makes you happy. Do what inspires you to inspire others. Because I think that is a very, very big part of not only the global purpose of a twin flame connection, but its individual purpose, to bring you as an individual into a state of unconditional love and happiness, and doing what you love is a big, big, big part of that. I was a sociology student. 2 years ago, I was at university, hell-bent on being a university lecturer. I always wanted to belong to the elite of the country and have a say in how our country and how our world is shaped. So when I went to university, I thought that I'd found my life purpose. I couldn't have been more wrong. Even though I do enjoy academic learning and I do thrive in an academic environment, I very quickly found that even though I was mentally challenged and mentally kept on my toes, and the increase of that I thrived on the increase of knowledge, I also found that I didn't find this emotionally very fulfilling. I found that connections I had with my peers at university were superficial at best. And I just got to a point in my life where I had no more patience or room for superficiality in my life. When I became more aware of my spiritual gifts and that they were becoming harder and harder to brush aside and ignore like I had done all of my life, I actually found that I found great satisfaction in helping others find some clarity. I think that was partly down to me looking for clarity within my own self. Yeah, and I think by helping others, I was trying to heal my own wounds. To a certain extent, that sort of did work for me. It still gives me great joy to find that I've impacted somebody's life in a positive way. So, again, my North Node and transformation coming into play here, you know. But being in an academic environment, yes, it challenged me, and I got great enjoyment out of increasing my knowledge and discussing and having some form of intellectual exchange. But I didn't find this emotionally very nurturing, you know. I found the academic world to be very rational and cold. And the more I was waking up to my own emotions, the more I realized that that is not an environment where I can thrive and grow and nurture myself. So then the consequence out of that is, okay, what if this isn't for me, what the hell am I going to do with my life? Now, that was the point where I was brought into situations where I was forced to rely on my spiritual gifts in order to navigate certain things in my life. One of them was my twin flame connection. And when I started using my spiritual gifts to navigate for myself, I actually found that people were drawn to me that were seeking for answers themselves. And I found that giving other people answers not only satisfied me emotionally to a very large extent, but it also gave me clarity for myself in a lot of cases. So that's when I realized that I need to do something with my life that assists the human race in terms of change and transformation. And that's when I decided to change my career, pursue a profession that not only allows for my spiritual gifts to unfold and develop and grow, but also gives them a purpose, gives me a purpose. And that's when I started my business as a professional tarot reader. That is when I started this channel. And I started to think about how I want to change humanity in the world in my own little way, you know, and each person I touch, hopefully feels inspired to have a positive impact on somebody else's life. You know, I became more interested in spreading love onto the planet in my own special way than I did in pursuing material success or becoming rich in the material sense of the word. So I started to change in terms of how I view career and success. To me, success isn't measured in monetary value or getting a promotion or driving a nice car or going on holiday 3 times a year. To me, success is measured in my own satisfaction with what I do and who I am. And, you know, the more I step into this, the more I find that I'm becoming more balanced, more centered within myself. And I know who I am now, and I know who I want to be, and I know that I am in charge of my own destiny, and that it is me who is called upon, like everyone else on the planet, to co-create my best possible life with the universe. So, you know, in the last 3 years, I've gone through massive personal, spiritual, and emotional changes. And all of this was triggered by me meeting my twin. Now, I'm going to leave it here for now and let you reach your own conclusions. Yeah. Because I think that's important too. You know, yeah, I can tell you about my experiences and how things played out for me, but that does not mean that it's going to be the same for you. But hopefully it gets you thinking, you know, hopefully it opens you up to the possibility that we can all find joy within life. Yeah. and what form or shape that takes for you. That is totally up to you. So as I said, I'm going to leave it here for now, and I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope that it's made you think about taking a look. It's made you curious of what your life or soul purpose could be, or it's made you talk about it with your friends. How do you view money and success? How do you measure success? What is it that defines success for you? So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Keep thinking, keep talking, and keep discovering, okay? And I will see you all very soon. Thank you, and bye-bye.